Welcome back to Dark Souls. As you can see from the last episode, we've gained a bit of gear in between episodes. That's because I was actually just farming for this shield, but by the time I got the Baldur Knight shield, I had the entire suit of armor. So, what can you do? I also had more than enough experience and shards to enchant everything. I can't believe how long it took me to get this shield. There is one slight problem with our new outfit, though. Heavy roll, otherwise known as strategic falling. So, let's try and do something about that, shall we? Yeah. I tend to kick this guy off the cliff for two reasons. The main reason, he'll kill her eventually, and if she dies, the bonfire above us is out of commission until you can bring her back to life, much later in the game. Secondly, he drops a ring that's pretty useful, especially if you're having encumbrance issues. I should probably do a couple practice kicks just to... Yeah, okay. Good. Because if I hit him too many times, I'll have to kill him the hard way. And he's pretty tough at this point.
Well,
whoops.
what have we
There we go, that's what I wanted to do. Go away. Now to get his ring, all I have to do is quit game and rejoin and reload the game. You may have noticed two games with the same name there, two cracked fools. The reason for that is that when I initially started this playthrough, I was doing it on stream, and I will be continuing it on stream probably after this episode. But my local recordings were terrible quality because I had screwed up some of my initial settings. So I decided to restart, get back to the point I was at, and then continue streaming. And eventually, the streams going forward and these episodes will all be on the YouTube channel. Let's put that ring on and see how things are working out. Looks like we're still going to be heavy rolling, which means we got to take a bit of armor off for now. That's fine. That is not at all unexpected. Can I get away with just that? Maybe? Yep, I'm mid-rolling. If I pick up absolutely anything, I'll be heavy rolling. I look ridiculous, running around in my small clothes. And I'm sorry, but appearance matters. Actually, I wonder, will be removing just the gauntlets do it? I don't think so. Oh, it did. Removing just the gauntlets did the trick. Excellent. Despite all the experience I earned, I didn't actually spend any levels. So, my goal in the short term is to get that up to 25 so I can start throwing lightning bolts at fools. But for now, we're going into Lower Undeadburg, and I am kind of taking the scenic route because I don't really want to have to kill the pig that I skipped. And this isn't that scenic, it's actually almost faster. It amuses me to no end that rats are the best source of humanity. So this is the armor we're going to be wearing for probably most of the game. The gargoyle helm will eventually be replaced with something that will help with our miracles. And I may get into a bit of fashion souls with the rest of the armor. We'll see how things go. Maybe end up wearing a lot of the Paladin's armor. That's much later on, though. Just gonna rest here to make this my spawn point, just in case. I could go up and then backtrack back and forth across the bridge, but I don't really feel like dealing with the dragon. Though to be honest, that's probably faster. Let's give it a shot, see what happens. I mean, we're already hollow, so it doesn't really matter if we die. Whoops. That was sloppy. Okay, let's lighten up a bit. Put on the Dragon Crest shield just in case. And now to wait patiently for this thing to come down. Here we go. This makes him go away. And I don't think I'm standing in the right spot. We'll see. Ah, I didn't hit hard enough. If you can hit hard enough there to one-shot his tail, you can actually... That's one way of getting the sword from chopping his tail off. Whoops, I don't want the... If you notice me pausing and, like, my character's standing still for about a second and a half and me not saying anything, it's because I'm muting my mic so I can clear my throat or something ridiculous like that that I don't really want to be on the recording. Kind of interesting to see if that guy decides to follow me down here. I swear, it doesn't matter what game it is, dogs are the most annoying enemy. Unless they throw themselves into the bonfire built on bodies.
Somebody, help me. Damn, I'm finished. How did...
So I don't really need to rescue this guy, because I'm going divine.
Brilliant, thank you. I am much thirsty.
But I do like rescuing the NPCs if I can.
Oh, hello. I have my...
You never know. Maybe you'll pick up sorcery at some point, much later in the game. And I just realized I have the Dragon Crush shield still equipped. That's okay. These guys deal fire damage, so... I'll swap it back out after I'm done here. I do take my time when dealing with these torch-wielding guys, because they can do a significant amount of damage if you fail to block them. Case in point. Wow. Oh, I know what I haven't done at all yet. Oh well. Well, now's a perfect time to make the Estus. Well, no, I'm not going to backtrack all the way down, all the way there. I haven't handed over the Firekeeper's soul to improve the Estus. Once I unlock the next shortcut, I'll do that. Huh. Well, that was easy. That guy was really determined. He just might have followed me into Lower Edinburgh. For a second there, I couldn't remember what that other door was. That's the way you initially come down here. Where's doggy number 3? There's doggy number 3. Kind of taking my time with these guys because I'd rather not die again. That was sort of embarrassing. Nope. And that's what I was after. When humanity is pretty valuable. Especially since I don't have a whole lot of humanity left. I mean, I've got 7 floating, but it's the crystallized humanity that's the most important. This is an old trick I love to make the ambush that's about to happen irrelevant. These doors are about to pop open. This poor guy thinks I'm surrounded. Oop. Didn't realize it was going to take me 2 hits to kill him. I don't think there's anything in this room. No. I think that, yeah, that one's about to try and parry me if I'm not careful. Oh, doggy. There's only one dog in this game I hate to fight. As in, I really don't want to fight it. Yeah, these aren't that dog. Before I fight him, I'm unlocking the shortcut back to Firelink, and I'm gonna go get my Estus flasks improved. And probably spend some of this experience. Because I have the Master Key, I can in fact skip the Capper Demon if I want. But if I do that, I can't get through this door. Which means I can't get the large Ember. Which is what you need to take weapons from +5 to +6. I am going the Divine Path with my main weapon, but my shield isn't going to be Divine. So, I do need that Ember. We are going to be buying a lot of stuff from her later. She sells moss that cures various status ailments, and poison arrows, which are amusingly useful in Anor Londo. For some of the more annoying parts of that city. Nope, don't do that. There we go. I don't really care how much damage I take because I'm about to rest at the Firelink bonfire. If I can spend enough of these souls to get them down to the point, well, 7 humanity. I was thinking about going and getting another fire key for soul, but it'll almost certainly cause me to lose this 7 floating humanity, so I don't really want to do that. Oh, well, would you look at that? I will go and learn how to throw lightning bolts after dealing with the Capper Demon, because The boss fight room was nowhere near big enough to utilize that spell anyways. I should, however, hit slightly harder, having raised my faith. So I know it's possible to run past most of those zombies I just killed, but I've never been very good at doing that, and it frequently just ends up in me falling off a cliff or taking way more damage than I should. I absolutely love this game, but I'm definitely not someone who's ever going to be doing a speed run. Well, that made a difference. I had to two-shot them before. Oh, well, that worked out nicely. We'll not be using this spell in the boss room either. Okay. Fair warning, this boss still gives me trouble, so it might take me a couple of tries. Here we go. The big problem with this boss is the dogs. One down. He also has an unblockable attack that, while you're trying to deal with the dogs, can label you pretty hard. Okay, let's get my health back and then start in on this guy. Oh! Did the double swing that time. It's hard to tell. Sometimes he only swings one, sometimes he follows it up immediately with a second shot. Or a third in that case. You know what? Let's not be greedy. Trying to get a bit of distance so I can heal. Go, 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 go! Got him. It's not often I do that on the first try. Yeah, I do, I am gonna backtrack, because I do want to go learn how to throw lightning bolts. Come on down. No, you want to. be stubborn. There we go. You know, I have never killed that guy. I have no good reason for that, I've just never killed him. Okay, well, let's enter this covenant and learn to throw lightning bolts. Now, I do have a couple of sunlight medals I can offer right now. Actually, I should have one specifically. Oh, I have two. Okay. I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to wait because I will be briefly leaving this covenant to join the Servants of Chaos, I believe it's called. Because I really like saving Solaire. And in order to keep him from going insane and attacking you, you have to at least temporarily join the Servants of Chaos. The only way to unlock the shortcut where you can save him. At least it's the only way I know of. And let's spend some of this. Specifically on attunement. And let's get that strength heading up towards 16. Then... oh yeah, I bought Homeward with some of the experience I earned trying to farm up my shield. Mainly I'll end up using it later on when I'm grinding off camera, trying to farm up humanity or sunlight metals. The sunlight metal farm in Homeward is not mandatory for, but it's so much faster if you can use Homeward to get back. Really? Don't dodge. Let's get my Baldur shield back. How am I doing for arrows? I'm doing fine. 977. I frequently forget about this guy, and then he surprises me from behind and does a lot of damage to me. I'm not actually worried about these things, I'm just firing arrows at them because I feel like it. This one, however, I'm going to finish off with my sword. Oh, that cannot be blocked. Nice. Not that I really needed to backstab her to finish her off, but... Oh, that's pretty rare. So, we will be using this shortcut in just a minute. But first, there's somebody I want to rescue. We'll deal with her soon. And yes, I'm saying her on purpose. Because this individual refers to the butchers as her.
Please, you must help me. Thank you. I would have been a supper without you. Been eaten alive. I shudder to think. Thank you. Thank you dearly. I am Laurentius. For the great sport. I will not forget my...
And as I understand it, the developers have confirmed that those butchers are indeed women. I mean, it doesn't matter, but it's just kind of an interesting note. Whoops, that hurt. Yeah, that offhand thing can mess you up if it hits you. I forgot about that. Yeah, you almost always get the sack hood from her. From this one rather than the other one. Now, let's head back up and utilize that shortcut. Hug the wall, you don't have to deal with that dog. Not only dealing with dogs when I'm not slow. We're about to get a pretty important shield. For me, it's important, at least. I know there are players who can't be bothered to use this shield in Blighttown, but I definitely like to have it. And now, big guy, I wish I didn't have to do this to get past you, but... Oh, that was bad. I can't believe that missed. I may be in some trouble here. Yeah, I don't think I've ever fought this thing like this before. Certainly never been killed by it before. Wow. That happened. So, if you're willing to go down into the areas where the basilisks are, there are a couple of interesting rings. Including one that steals a very small amount of health when you hit things or kill things. I can't remember which. I don't really need them. I don't feel like getting cursed, so I'm not going to go down to where the basilisks are. Also, not going to try and jump on this thing again, since I'm failing pretty hard today. So hard, in fact, I'm hitting the wrong buttons. There we go. I'm not 100% sure I actually need to pick that up because I have the master key, but I'm here and it doesn't actually hurt to pick it up, so I might as well. These slimes can drop both large and green titanite. Oops. but they take very little damage from weapons, so you want to use magic of some kind to kill them. I don't actually recommend farming them, because their drop chance is really low. I do tend to want to get at least one piece of green titanite, and I will be doing that, but probably off camera. Unless they just happen to drop it while I'm in the area. The reason I like to get one green titanite before I go to Blighttown is because then I can start my claymore on the path of being a holy weapon before I go down to Blighttown, which means I can use my weaponsmithing box to improve it. If I didn't, and I just got a bunch of green shards down there, I wouldn't be able to turn my my claymore into a holy weapon, or into a divine weapon, before coming all the way back up. There we go. Speaking of the claymore, I can now use it. I'm going to hold off until it's divine, though. And while I won't be actively farming those shards on camera, I will show you very quickly how I kill those slimes. I don't really need to kindle this bonfire, I just like to. And I do need to be human for the NPC invasion in a little bit. So there's a whole bunch of slime up on that ceiling. If I hug the left wall and run, they should all miss me as they fall down. Now, I just don't feel like getting hit in the back by a flaming torch, so you can go away. Well, if I'm lucky, that's green. If I'm not, it's large. The large does have a slightly higher drop chance just from my own personal observation. Survey says large. Oh well, that's fine. This is actually a really good spot to farm humanity. Because, I mean, there's 5 rats here. And some more around the corner. If you're just trying to farm humanity and you don't yet have the silver serpent ring, or whatever it's called, it's going to take a while with just, even if you have 10 floating humanity, it's going to take a while. But if you wait until after you have the ring that increases your item drop chance and you have 10 floating humanity, you get a lot really quickly. Nope. This is not the boss. It's another one of those guys with a trident that will buff other enemies in the area. And more importantly, with regards to this guy, because we can skip him, if we do skip him, he'll be shooting at us as we fight the boss. And it is very possible to skip this boss. In fact, because I have the Master Key, I don't ever actually have to fight this boss for any reason. I'd like to, and he's worth a lot of souls. Let's bring the rat up here. Get rid of it. I have to be careful because he has made the rat extra powerful. Nope. Oh, again. There is more... Yeah, there's another big rat down there. That's why I pulled this one up. Didn't really want to fight both of them at the same time. Oh, that was weird. I was holding down the block button, but I wasn't blocking. Oh well. I think there's a drop-off if you go that way. If you're not careful, you'll fall down into an area with basilisks or you might get cursed. There are rats in both of these boxes up here. This is the boss room. We'll be there in just a couple of minutes. This is why I decided to come over here. The more of those I get now, the fewer I have to farm later on. The fewer I have to farm later on. I am going to rest, just because I want all of my lightning spears back for the boss fight up ahead. Now that I have my 16 strength and my 25 faith, I'm going to start putting a little bit into endurance to increase my carry weight. It would be nice to wear the last piece of armor, but I don't think I can do it yet. No, I need to get up to around 64 and a half. That's fine. So this is how long it takes to kill one of these with a weapon. Not too bad, but it used up my entire stamina bar. Not quite ready to go for the boss because I have an NPC invasion I need to get out of the way first. I don't think it'll happen if I kill the boss first. Oh, maybe that's green. That'd be really nice. If it's not, I'm not going to keep trying to kill these on camera. There we go. Very nice. Okay. Ouch. And that thing right there with the creepy big eyes is a basilisk. I would really rather not have to deal with that. Perfect. So, this guy will invade you a total of 3 times at different parts of the game. And if you... At each time you fight him, he has a chance of dropping his sword, his shield, or both. If you fight him all 3 times, you will get his sword and shield. And his armor set becomes available that you can pick up off of a dead body at that point. I got his sword. Which I'm not going to use, but it's cool to have. Now it's time to go fight a boss, but first I need to talk to a merchant very briefly. Oh, wow. Didn't expect that.
Aye, sure, aye. I'm done. I'll do it.
I don't know if I have to buy anything from him in order for him to move to his new location. But I might as well top off my wooden arrow count while I'm here.
Thank you. That was a fine trade. I have this funny thing.
Once he moves to his new location, and you start killing bosses with armor sets, essentially, that you can actually wear, he'll sell those armor sets. And we're going to need a piece of one of those armor sets in the long run. I do use Slayer for this fight, even though he's not all that useful. It can even be argued that he makes the boss harder without helping enough to compensate for it. I don't mind, I kind of like having him around. I also really like this boss intro, so I'm going to let this play. That thing doesn't look so bad. And we very quickly enter Nope territory. Nope, 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 nope. Don't be there. So like many of the enemies in this game, if you cut off this thing's tail, you get a weapon. Whoop! I didn't realize it had stood up. Yeah, let's not be foolish. Yeah, Slayer's having a bad day. He's almost dead already. Oh, that's gonna hurt. I have got to learn to stay away from that. No, don't want to be here. So typically when it slams down like that, you want to run up and hit it in the head. You do extra damage. Oh, there goes Solaire. That means it's just me and Big Ugly. I apologize, that was rude. Wasn't nice of me at all. Oh good, yeah, do that. Don't get greedy or you'll get run over and probably one-shotted. Oh, so much for Lightning Spear. Come on. You know you want to try and eat me. Oh, no, don't do that. Ow. I have one time, while trying to avoid the dragon here, run off the cliff. That was embarrassing. Oh, I really, really hope I was fast enough to get out of the way. Yep, okay, good. I'm probably not getting the weapon, but I don't actually care that much. Okay, I'm being greedy now, and that's gonna hurt me. Oh, gross. This stuff damages your equipment if you let it touch you. If I had a lightning sphere left, that would have been a good time to hit him with it, but beyond that, it's not worth the risk of getting into that mess. Goodbye. And this right here is the Warriors starting set. Yeah, 25,000 experience is nothing to sneeze at. Well, I think that's where I'm going to call the video to a close. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.